Hi, I'm Katie Felix. I'm a primary teacher, this year first, normally kindergarten. It is report card time, and with report cards, usually means 15-20 hours writing comments. Oh, not anymore. I have started using MailMerge the last few years, and my comments went from that 15-20 hour mark for 24 students to an hour. One of the reasons why I use MailMerge is I love to put my data in Excel because I like to see that growth over time for my students, and I like to analyze that. It's already in Excel. It's easy to put in Excel, by the way. And I learned that if you make an Excel spreadsheet of all that data for each reporting period, you then can open up a Word document and you can make a blanketed statement that's going to hit every single child, and all the data goes there. So things like how many letter names, letter sounds they know, DRA, all those little details that you really should put in a report card for the families and other future educators that they'll have. And it just puts them right in there. Then I can go in and do those details about behavior, things that they could work on, and those little details that each individual child deserves that attention on the report card. But it only takes an hour once you do MailMerge. So come find out how to do MailMerge with me. Let's jump into using the Excel sheet. So I like to keep my data in Excel sheets. I then make one document and put my letter names, letter sounds, DRA, objects, rote counting. This time around, I decided to do some I ready, and then I like to do he and she for the beginning of the sentence. I add one more column. I add a column right in here. So I insert and I type name. It's really important to have the titles at the top because then you know when you do the MailMerge what data you're actually grabbing. So these are obviously all made up children. I'm going to start typing just their first names because that's what I like to do. And notice it then is able to pull all the children's names. I just down arrow and there's all the data. I then go to a Word document, and when I go to my Word document, I am going to type in my sentences. So I'm going to write student recognizes number because I'm going to put information there, letter names, and number letter sounds. The end of year kindergarten expectation is to recognize 52 letter names and 33 sounds. Because this is for the fall report cards, I don't have about words. I am going to put DRA data in here, but notice I'm just making this a data-driven report card at the beginning, because this is what's going to be done for every single child. I then write student, DRA, so developmental reading assessment, level is a number because we're going to put that in. And then I put about what the end of year kindergarten is. I do a little bit of information like please read daily together to continue to build reading skills. The public library is a great resource. I might do writing comment goes here. I'm then going to highlight that in yellow, and that's like the hey, look at me, you need to fix me. Then I would go into student can count allowed to number and count objects to the number. I'd write end of year kindergarten info is, and then I would do that info. I can do just some great resources to work on that is, and then you can give that information. So you get whatever you want on every single child's report card. Then I'm going to put behavior comments go here. So don't think this is all I'm going to be writing on the report card. I am going to get some really detailed information about each individual child. Some years I will go back and add a sandwich here of something that's really awesome about this student and then end it with how the behavior is going, how they're growing. This is a really simplified version of this. When I'm teaching somebody new about this, I might highlight this, but I'll use a different color. And these are the areas that I want to do a mail merge. So I'm going to mail merge the student's name, the numbers in those locations. I'm going to take student. Oh, I should do one sentence with his, her. So I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to highlight these to make sure that I don't miss any of them. I know it's an extra step, but it's a way that I can double check everything. I can do a he, she. Instead of student here, I think I'm going to do a he, she to show you that. So let me highlight that green so that you know where I'm really focusing. Once you do this a couple times, and I'm going to be honest, I watched YouTube videos for probably 2 years. Every time report card time would come up, I would have to go back and go, how did I do that? And that's why I'm making this video. I just wanted to make it very clear about how to do this for report card purposes. So I have the he, she, I have students, I have those numbers. If there's any other data that I thought I would need to add, I could definitely do that. Ooh, I forgot the I ready part. So let me go to this spot right here. Actually, I'm going to do it right here. Student has been working on iReady and has actively engaged in number. So it would be like 2 hours, 5 minutes. So I'm going to do the green there just so that you can see exactly where I'm trying to put this information. So we just closed out my Excel document because I cannot have it open when I do this. I am going to go to mailings. I'm going to hit start mail merge, and I'm just going to do normal Word document. I need to select the recipients. I'm going to use an existing list, and I'm going to choose it. So when I choose exactly where I had put it, I click on it. Then it says the sheets. So if I have multiple sheets in that Excel document, it's going to ask you which one. If I do it within my normal grading area, I would definitely have each sheet labeled. So those would be the tabs on the bottom of your Excel. I'm going to hit OK. And it doesn't look any different, but it will get there. So I'm now going to highlight those green areas. So I don't need the full name, I just need the name. There are times that I do a full name. During WA Kids, I have done a pretty table that has all the data at the very beginning of the year and then what I found in October, because it's all about showing the growth over time. So this one is the letter names. This one is letter sounds. I'm going to go back and grab student. So I keep going to insert merge field. So there's name. I'm going to go here to grab their DRA data. So DRA. Remember, the yellow is about what I am going to do later. So the he, she, I highlight that whole thing. Notice that it's right up against CAM, so I need to push the space bar to put that space. If I don't put the space now, it's going to keep it sandwiched right next to it. Now I'm doing the counting aloud, so that's rote count, counting objects. And then I'm doing the student name here. And then the iReady time. This year I am teaching first grade just because there are not many kindergartners out there. And one of the things that I did with my own report cards here is I focused on DRA, I focused on engaged on iReady, and then we are doing comments about their math skills that we're seeing and ways that we can continue to do our remote learning. And the kids honestly are doing a wonderful job. Now my next step is looking to make sure that I got all of those green parts. Okay. I don't actually want it green because it will stay green if I leave it green. So I am then going to go over to home and I'm going to get rid of the color. So I'm going to get rid of that highlighting. But I want to make sure that the yellow is there because that's really important because that's the, hey, you need to fix this. It looks like I got all the spots. So I'm going to go back to mailing. I'm going to hit finish merge. I'm going to hit edit individual documents. Do I want all records? Yeah, I want all of them. So here we have Albert's information for the report card. Notice 52 letter names and 30 sounds, 33 sounds. I put a comma there where I didn't want it. So here's what I do. I hit the X, I don't save it, and I go, uh-oh, I made a mistake, which happens. I double and triple check what I type before I start really going into it because I don't want to have to change that comma on every single page. I'm going to hit finish and merge one more time, edit individual document. And I have a new document here that I could save. So let's just double check. Albert recognizes 20 letter names and 5 letter sounds. The end of kindergarten expectation is to recognize. And that information, Albert's DRA level is a 1. I would have put some information about what the end of kindergarten expectation is with that. I always like to put the end of the grade level expectation so parents and families know where we're going with our learning. We have the he, she successfully. Notice I had to do a capital there. If I did lowercase, it would not automatically go into a capital. That's a really important thing to think about. Notice the end of kindergarten is, notice the highlighting stayed too. So then I would go in and I would do things like this. Albert is currently drawing detailed pictures. And then I would continue with those comments. I could then go, once I finish that, go to behavior comments. I can go up here and add to it. But one of the things that's really awesome is each child has their own page. So you can go in, do those comments like you need to, and it is so much quicker. My report cards used to take 15 to 20 hours, and you just saw how quick that was. Then it's usually about an hour to get those little details about each child that I want to really share with that family. I'm also thinking about any teacher in the future, if they need to know any information, this is a very detailed report card so that they can get that information to see where the child has come from and what are the things that I notice as an educator, and be able to show off the amazing things that they really have gained this year. So I hope this really helped you. I know that when I first started using MailMerge for my report cards, I had to go back every single time I was doing report cards for probably about 2 years because that only happens once every trimester. This resource is made so you can keep coming back to it to remind yourself how to do MailMerge and make your report cards time a lot shorter and still get some really great comments for your students that are specific to them as students. Thank you.